Well, just in case you ever wondered what another Joe Biden term would look like, they let Joe out of the basement for a few minutes to say things last week like this.
We just have to get up. As long as we keep the faith, summon hope, and get back up and remember who in the hell we are. We're the United States of America. That's who we are. We're the U.S. And there's nothing.
United States of America got it? What? Well, guess what? Even more incoherent yelling after that. You know the drill. Last week we talked about how actions have irrefutable consequences. We said that Joe Biden's disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan caused what happened in D.C. when 2 National Guard members were shot by an Afghan refugee. Actions, consequences. Some media snowflakes didn't like that very much, but it's the unavoidable truth, and they know it. But nothing was more destructive than the invasion that Joe Biden commandeered for 4 years, invasion of our southern border. And even the New York Times is admitting a bit of that now. Truthful. The guy who can't even say the words United States of America properly did everything in his power, or rather nothing, in his power to stop the invasion of that America that he doesn't know how to articulate. He knew it. He was warned about it. And he chose to eat ice cream instead, or look at his watch when the dignified transfer was taking place. I'm old enough to remember when Joe Biden actually told us what his intentions were for the border.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. All those people are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come.
Oh, you should come. Come one, come all, come everybody. And so just as we thought, these words were empty and useless, and Kamala didn't even mean it.
To folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border, do not come. Do not come.
Do not come. Those were literally the only thing, those words were the only thing they did to try and stop the invasion, which, by the way, is nothing at all. All you have to do is look at the numbers. You see them under President Trump's first term. Encounters at the southwestern border were low, even lower after Title 42 went into effect. I remember April of the last year, 2019, before the re-election, 17,000. 17,000. Well, I'll tell you what. So skyrocketing under Biden, and even more so, when Title 42 was ended. Welcome in, welcome one, welcome all. Come, just come, says Joe. Invade us, please, says Joe. Joe Biden broke immigration with intention. 14 million crossed the border. That's more than the population of New York City and Los Angeles combined. Not to mention these people were the least vetted, least skilled, and most needy echelons of our society once they got here. They were the worst of the worst in their own societies, all in just 4 years. But here's the worst part of it. It was intentional. Don't blame just Joe Biden. The entire Democrat Party bought into this, fueled it, sustained it, supported it, an epic historic error. And now those same America-hating, useless swampsters are breaking bread with the criminals they let in illegally. And I'm not done with you, New York Times. Where were you when Joe Biden was in power? Oh, that's right. You were protecting him from President Trump telling the truth about Biden's border policy. But now the New York Times is examining things and realizes that Biden and his closest advisors repeatedly rebuffed recommendations that could have addressed the border crisis faster. I think of Alejandro Mayorkas saying, we don't have a border problem. The border is not broken. Remember that? Yeah. Well, we've been saying this since day one as we watch millions invade this country. And suddenly, now that the truth is unavoidable, they're happy to stick the boot into Biden's immigration chaos. Yep, Biden issued a 100-day pause on deportations right when he was sworn in. You knew that then. You knew what he was up to. Biden dramatically narrowed the categories of unauthorized immigrants targeted for arrest. You knew it then. He directed his government to stop building the wall. You knew it then. Where were you, New York Times, covering for him? That's where. But here's what the New York Times doesn't tell you. Once they realized this would lose them the 2024 election, only then did they even remotely try to undo the crisis they created. Fact is, well, and the New York Times protected, fact is, until an election approached, the massive influx of illegal border crossers was perfectly fine with the people at the top of the Democrat Party, all the way at the top, including Obama. You see, That's the chart right there, too. Also, interestingly, the New York Times decides to leave out a mention of this pile of uselessness right here.
It is my testimony that the border is secure, and we are working every day, day and night, to increase its security.
Prosecute that SOB. I want to see him. There's your perp walk right there, folks. What is it about Democrats and lying under oath? They get their kicks off of doing that whenever possible, especially under oath in front of the world to watch. Bottom line, New York Times tells some of the truth, but definitely not all of the truth, certainly not all of the time. A cornerstone of their brand of journalism, because there's no mention of Biden's endgame, which was no endgame at all. Just muddle through with no plan and lie about whenever anyone will listen. But we know the truth. Future Democrat voters and votes from thousands of grateful just to be here. That's what they were going after. They just wanted the vote. You got me in, I'll vote back at you. I'll get you back in power, vote more of our friends in, and fulfill the globalist mission, which is the ultimate destruction of America. And that, folks, is the truth. And that's what we purvey here, the truth. We'll be back 2.5 minutes.
Turn the party